Microphone right up so hopefully people can hear me. Turn it down. There we go. So hopefully people can hear me on YouTube, and I'm also live on TikTok. People joining on TikTok, and just waiting to see what happens with YouTube. Incidentally, if you're watching on TikTok and you want to join the YouTube live, the link is in my bio, so if you want to join me on YouTube and chat in that window, you are more than welcome. It does mean I've got 3 screens going. I've obviously got my phone, I've got my laptop, which is to the very end of my desk, and in front of me I've got a TV screen which is my second screen. So that's how I set up. So please do interact. This is an interactive live. Sorry, I get thirsty. So yes, whilst I'm thinking about it, I need to do something quick. Something I forgot to do. I'm just waiting. Of course, I can see that if I haven't got my main screen up on YouTube, I have got my OBS Streamlabs open, so I can see the chat, and I will respond to chat. Hello, and welcome to the people joining on TikTok, and hello and welcome to the people joining over on YouTube. Is that done? So please do interact. I say that a lot repeatedly throughout my live streams, but it is a live interaction. I see we have 2 people watching over on the YouTube live, so hello to you. And we have 2 people who have joined over on the TikTok. So we shall see. The YouTube live version has music playing in the background. I use a website called Epidemic Sounds, which is royalty-free music that artists upload. You can use them in your YouTube videos, and it makes good background music for live streams. I forgot the word name. Exciting when you know, but I'm waiting to hear from people. I will say hi to everyone who joins. We have 4 viewers over on the YouTube stream, so please do interact if you're over here. I guess I'll give you a rundown of my week really. It's not been too bad. I was back volunteering on Wednesday at the historical house that I act as a room guide in. Basically it's standing in a historical room and giving the visitors information or answering their questions. So yeah, it's something I enjoy. I mean, I've always been fascinated by history, and I soak up historical facts like a sponge, really. And it keeps me busy because I'm between jobs at the moment, so excuse me, long story. Me, not much really. Obviously, my favourite historical fact. Ooh, that's a good one. There's a lot. My favourite is probably that the Battle of Hastings. If the Battle of Hastings wouldn't have taken place, what would have been what we know as the town of Battle today, I believe, and don't quote me on this, the village would have been called Senlac. I believe that's an old English term, but I'm not sure what it means. That, or that there were 6 Earls of Dorset. Yes, 6 Earls of Dorset and 7 Dukes of Dorset. Scratch that, reverse it. 7 Earls of Dorset, 6 Dukes of Dorset. And the house that I volunteer at is where they resided. So, you know. But, and for anyone who wants to know the date of the Battle of Hastings, it was 14th of October 1066. So this year marks the 960th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings. Yep. So 1066 to 2026. So it'll be 1,000 years in 40 years' time. So it's fascinating. I've really used to work with history. I love visiting historical properties, castles, churches, Roman ruins. One of my favourite places is Wroxeter Roman City in Shropshire. It has the tallest freestanding Roman wall in England. It stands taller than the remains of Hadrian's Wall, and the Roman bathhouse in, I always get this wrong, Ravensglass. No, I did get it right, Ravensglass. So for those watching on YouTube and wondering where I am interacting with people on TikTok as well, so people are obviously asking questions and interacting, which is very welcome. If it comes up and says say hi on TikTok, I will give you a wave. I'll give you a physical wave on YouTube. As I say, on YouTube, I actually have music playing in the background because it helps me focus, helps me, and it's royalty free. So, and if I don't like the music playing, I'll just skip it. At the moment, it's not too bad. I've got it on shuffle. Yes, I've got it on shuffle and repeat. Mind you, I've got 3,257 tracks, so that's 6 days, 17 hours, 7 minutes and 47 seconds of music to play on YouTube, and because it's on shuffle, it'll never be the same playlist twice or thrice, whatever four is. I don't know what four is. Once, twice, thrice. Who knows? We could go on all day surmising what it all means. Life, the universe, and everything. 42, which is how old I'll be this year, 42. Seriously, you know. But, you know, such is life. To create a bird, you need both rock flower and xanderwood to create the healing potion. And if you get the reference, kudos to you if you get that reference. So I'm, as I say, I'm dual streaming. I'm actually streaming on TikTok via my phone and YouTube via my laptop. So I'm kind of, I haven't quite worked out how to link OBS to TikTok so I can do both on my laptop, but I'm okay with this layout. It's just that those who join the lives on TikTok, everyone gets to say hi. Everyone who follow. Sorry, I lost the ability to scratch that, reverse it, as Willy Wonka would say. Excuse me, I've been getting over a head cold. It's been horrible. Today's ASMR. Hello over on YouTube. Hello. I'm actually dual streaming on TikTok as well, so you'll probably hear me talking to people on TikTok as well. But it's lovely to see you in the YouTube chat. I am going to try and figure out how to link both YouTube and TikTok to my OBS so that I can live stream at the same time on both platforms via my laptop. But for now, YouTube is on my phone, TikTok is on my phone, YouTube is on my laptop, and I've just been talking about favourite historical facts, like this year marks the 960th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, 14th of October 1066. So we're only 40 years away as of this October from the 1000th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, which is one of my favourite facts, the date of the Battle of Hastings, because everyone can say the year, but not everyone can give you the date, the actual date. And you know, I like to hold on to that fact. Also, that there were 7 Dukes of Dorset and 7 Earls of Dorset and 6 Dukes of Dorset, and the thing is, I could try and give you the date. I mean, the first Earl of Dorset was Thomas Sackville, and he was made Duke Earl of Dorset under Queen Elizabeth, but he died in 1608. Date-wise, I can't remember the dates, but I can always remember, and I can't even remember which order they come in, you know, their names. It's all up there, but it gets jumbled when you're talking about it to the public, because as I say, I'm a room guide at a National Trust property, and I have to remember different facts for each room, because I'm not in every room. I'm not in the same room every week, and I'm not always giving the same facts every week. You know, we have special folders that we use to help us with some of the questions, because it's not always easy to memorise about information about at least approximately 20 different rooms. It doesn't feel like 20, figured that one out. But that's just how it goes, really. So yeah, I was back there on Wednesday. I had vacation in Norfolk for a week. I did Felbrick Hall, very nice National Trust property. What else did I do? I went beach combing. I saw seals. I saw wild seals on the beach, which was really enjoyable. Obviously couldn't get close to them because obviously there were bull seals there. They were protecting their young, but they were sat right by the edge of the beach, right up to where the sea was coming in, and the wardens had what's the word I'm thinking of? Put protective barriers so that you couldn't get close. Hello to Days over on TikTok now. Yeah, dogs obviously had to be kept on leashes, and you had to keep children at a distance. I mean, I don't have kids. I'm not even in a relationship. Random little fact about me. Anyway, what else? Went to Norwich, did Norwich, found a lovely little medieval street called Elm Hill, a place I've been looking for a while. Went to Cromer, did Sheringham, Cromer, where else? A little town called Holt, very nice, good coffee, and been making models, been doing some model making as well, been doing some Warhammer 40,000. I got back into Warhammer 40,000. I'm a Chaos. Excuse me, I've just knocked a mug over. Luckily it didn't break. So I got back into Warhammer 40,000. I'm finally doing my Dream Iron Warrior army for 40k, but I'm using what's known as Horus Heresy models, which are slightly different in scale, but still usable in the game. So I'm doing that, and I'm also back into railway modelling, of course. Well, I never really stopped that, but I've got so many different hobbies. Photography, model making. I haven't built any Lego. Well, no. I don't know if there's a bus behind me. I'm just pointing it out on TikTok at the moment, so that's why it looks a bit strange on YouTube from the way I'm leaving. So that bus there, for those on TikTok, that bus there is the last thing I built out of Lego. And for those of you on YouTube, because your camera angle is different, I'm just making sure I'm pointing it out. There's the bus there. So TikTok, for you, there's the bus. And for YouTube, there's the bus. I'm just looking at my OBS to make sure I'm pointing at the right thing. The sooner I get this OBS to work with TikTok and YouTube, the better, because it'll make it so much easier to share with you, So I've been working on the Lord of War and Heartache wiki as well. I've now got 39 article pages. I'm sort of working at it randomly. There's no sort of real organisation to it, but I will post a link to the wiki in one of my, or you know, if you're on TikTok and you want to see the wiki, drop me a message. I'll send you the link. Because I've been working on it sort of piecemeal and not in any sort of order. It's been pretty random. So I'm just looking at it now. Obviously, the very first article I wrote was Maximus Volkov, leader of the Caravan. I sort of started off with I'm sort of working my way through the sort of the core elements of the project, but writing them as if they're it's a fandom wiki. So if you're on fandom, look up the Lord of War and Heartache wiki. I've called it the official wiki, because it's official, because it's all my lore and notes and things put together. And so far, let's see, how many characters have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. I've got 20 characters written up. I've got 3 factions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 cities. I've done an article about the entire planet. I've done an article about the continent of Monarcha. I've done an article about the 34 deities. I've done an article about first and second deities each. I've also done an article about the Ondarian monarchy, and yeah, so it's coming on. It's gradual though. I kind of just take whatever I fancy and write it up, really, but it's all methodical, because it's all from the notes I've collated over the last 6 years of my project. I mean, on YouTube, I'm quite happy to show it on YouTube if people want to join me on my YouTube chat, and we can have a look at the articles and things, and I can show you what I've created so far, because it's based on my YouTube project. If you're familiar with my TikTok feed or my Instagram feed, you will note that I have been putting a sort of amateur cast call out for people to help me out with the project, because obviously it's so big now, I can't do it on my own. I need people to help me out, and it would be you know, it helps if I find interested participants who want to take on different characters, different roles. I should say this also to YouTube as well. You know, anyone who's watching this back on YouTube, if you're interested in taking part, drop me a message. I mean, my contact details are in the most, I think it's the most recent video. Either way, drop a comment in this live when it goes public, because all my lives go public, and I will send you my email address. In fact, fact, my email address is on my YouTube bio. So look at my YouTube bio and you'll find my email address and drop me a message saying you're interested. And obviously, if you're interested and you're on TikTok, drop me a direct message over on this platform or that platform. It gets confusing because I'm getting confused. I think because obviously I'm live on my phone and I'm live on my laptop as well, and I've got 3 screens going off at the same time. It's all work, but I'm making it work, and the music in the background is helping, I think. So all in all, it's going all right. Anyway, so yeah. Just checking my OBS, making sure everything. How we go? According to my OBS, 37 minutes. So I don't think I've been going that long on TikTok though. Anyway, so yeah, if you're into performing arts or amateur dramatics or anything like that, it's a remote I should explain it really. It's a medieval fantasy steampunk concept. It's set in a medieval fantasy steampunk world, and it revolves around a group of travelling performers called Caravan. It's a soft reboot of the original idea, because the original idea was more based around ASMR, but this one is much more anything goes really, which is why I like the genre of fantasy, because it's anything goes. But it's remote, so people can do voice acting, video acting, performing arts, whatever they're interested in. Let me know, and we can discuss it via email or whichever platform you want to contact me on, and I can send you all the information. As I say, it's remote, meaning you don't have to travel anywhere. You can film or record in the comfort of your own home, or if you want to go out and film somewhere, that's in keeping with I like that. AI Summary on TikTok has just come up saying, build a Lord of War 40k army and running a fantasy world wiki, which is completely wrong. Which is completely not what I've said. It's basically confused Warhammer 40k and AI is not fan. Anyway, I wish I could turn it off because it is a distraction. But yeah, if people want to take part, there's no fast or hard or fast way of doing it. Whatever people are comfortable. Drop me a message and I can send you the list of all the character types, because there's no set concept as such. I write scripts. I like to write scripts and voice act, and my scripts kind of keep the storyline going. But if you just want to do something on creative or something, let me know. I love talking about it because I've been working on this project for 6 years now, and it's something I've been very keen on. I started it because of lockdown. I was bored and I needed something to keep my mind occupied whilst I was on. What was that? Leave. basically my job was put on hold. I can't remember what the word was, and obviously because I wasn't working, I wanted something to do. You know, I was still getting paid, but I wasn't doing anything, so I decided to start my YouTube channel, and from there it grew and evolved into, well, put it this way, it's so big now that I'm able to create a wiki for it. Again, if you're watching back on YouTube, sorry, I'm talking to people on TikTok as well. Just for those who are joining, I've got TikTok on my phone and YouTube on my laptop. To be honest, I think I might end the stream on YouTube and keep the stream on TikTok going, because it's much easier to manage it that way. So if you want to join me on TikTok, it's Maximus of the Caravan. If you want to find me on TikTok, the link is in my profile. Yeah, my TikTok link is in my profile when I put it in, so you can find it in, what am I playing with? It's a piece of branding cardboard I'm playing with. So I'll keep going on TikTok and end the stream on YouTube. So for those on YouTube, thank you who've joined me, and